Welcome back, everybody. Hope you're having a great afternoon, feeling recharged and ready to enjoy our next exciting session. This is going to be a really good one. And just a reminder that we are going to be doing a Q&A at the end of the session, so submit your questions through the Better Questions EY digital Q&A tool. Instructions how to do so should be on the screen over there. So just submit the questions as the talk happens and like the questions that you like the most, and those are the ones that will be asked. So today's talk, this is something that we spend a lot of time discussing, the tech revolution. Nothing is moving faster. It's happening now in China and around the world. In this session, you're going to learn about how Chinese culture, tech, and innovation can complement and even refresh something old to make it relevant. You'll see examples of how data makes cultural norms seem interesting and how AI can be used to alleviate social problems. Here to tell us more, please welcome to the stage Adam Fan, founder and chief creative officer for F5 Shanghai.
Hi, everyone. Well, China is an old country. It has 5,000 years of history. And China is also a modern country. It has the AI technology that is almost as good as that in the United States. Today, I will show you the wonderful reaction as we put old culture and new technology together. Today, I will also show you the low-cost but high-efficiency way of building brand just by deeply understanding the culture. China's 5,000 years of history have shaped Chinese people thinking. It is hard for the Westerners to understand. Let me show you an example. In the West, many people believe Interstellar is one of the best sci-fi movies. The story is about saving mankind by transporting Earth's population to a new home via a wormhole. It was popular in China, but early this year, there was a Chinese movie much more popular than that. Same problem. People need to leave to other place. But the solution is totally different. In this Chinese movie, the story is about in the future when the sun dies out, people on Earth build giant thrusters and propel the planet out of orbit and sail to a new star system. The name is Wandering Earth. You can watch it in Netflix. You see, in Chinese culture, Chinese people will never abandon their homeland. Talking about Chinese culture, there are 4 concepts we can never ignore: home, Guanxi, faith, and children. Let me start with home. A few years ago, I went to Kenya to see the Great Migration, seeing thousands of wildebeest migrate across the mighty plain of East Africa. You know what? I didn't feel shocked. Why? Because I see something similar in China every year. Let me show you. This picture was taken at a train station in Guangzhou. Guangzhou is a major city located in southern China. It was right before Chinese New Year. All the people are finding ways to go home. The number of the journey during Chinese New Year can hit over 3 billion. It is called the biggest mass human migration in the world. Why do Chinese people go through all this trouble to travel home? Because of one person. This person, Confucius. Still, 2,500 years after his death, many Chinese people are strongly influenced by him. Confucius saying, "It's just like Bible to many Chinese people." Confucius said, 父母在，不远游 means while the parents are alive, the son may not travel far. For Confucius, it is an obligation for the children to take care of their parents while they are alive. They cannot travel far. Like me, I'm standing on the stage of Cannes Lions. In the old days, this is totally wrong. But modern China, Confucius' teaching faced a huge challenge. Let me show you something. This is the time-lapse video for Shanghai's development in 35 years period. In 35 years period, Shanghai grew from a small city to a mega city, as big as New York, Paris, Tokyo, London. The fast development of Shanghai attract workers from all over the country. And there are many more cities like Shanghai growing bigger and bigger. Millions of people leave their parents and go to Shanghai, to the big cities, for jobs. During Chinese New Year, the 7-day holiday, they all need to go back home to visit their parents. This year, we create a campaign and activation to celebrate this great journey for Chinese people.
Chinese New Year. It's the time when traditionally millions go home for family reunions. Enter the starting point and the destination. The system then creates a virtual journey of the drive home. It's a perfect simulation of the real journey. In total, the system is able to generate over 3 million possible routes. To make this happen, we access Baidu Street View's image database. It currently covers over 1,000 cities and 12,000 roads across China. Then, we use GPS to plan the route. The AI algorithm only selects the most scenic routes. Lastly, we extract the Street View photos and use them to generate time-lapse videos. To reach more people, the Journey Home is available on multiple devices.
朋友们，都买到回家过年的票了吗？
The project was launched by a celebrated movie star.
特别想吃家里的肉，还有爸爸妈妈做的饭。
想起了自己的童年，虽然离开家乡这么长时间。
The Journey Home was the most popular sharing during this Chinese New Year, proving the best journeys are always the ones that bring us home.
Okay. Move on. Let's talk about Guanxi. If you have been to China, you may have heard this word, Guanxi. In Chinese culture, Guanxi literally means relationship or connection. But actually, it is much more than that. Guanxi is just like how things get done in China. Chinese people are hesitant to deal with strangers. There is a long phase of introduction needed. But once the mutual trust is reached, you'll find that Chinese people are very extremely loyal and faithful. The key to Guanxi is to maintain the relationship. If you want to maintain the relationship, you need to reciprocate. If you ask someone for a favor, you need to return the favor. If you fail to return, that is unforgivable. The more you ask from someone, the more you owe them. So Guanxi is like a never-ending circle of favor. In modern China, Chinese people can use social media app to maintain the Guanxi. WeChat is the most popular social media app. It has over 1 billion users. It is the combination of WhatsApp, PayPal, and more. That means you can use WeChat to chat with your friend, and you can also use it to buy things for your friend or for yourself. So along with WeChat and Starbucks, we create the first social gifting campaign in China. You can buy a cup of coffee via WeChat and then send it to your friend with personalized message. Then your friend can redeem the Starbucks in any Starbucks outlet in China. Let me show you the user journey. It is so successful, so Starbucks put it as a long-term application. So anyone can use this Save with Starbucks to buy a cup of coffee and send it to his friend, his relative, his colleagues to maintain their Guanxi. Okay. The next subject is face, 面子, pretty complex in Chinese. In China, the concept of face can be defined as dignity or prestige. To help you understand, let me show you some examples. This is the marriage market in Shanghai. It's very, very popular. If you travel to Shanghai, you must go there and take some photos. Every Sunday, the parents of the unmarried adults will go to the market, exchange information of their children, and hoping to find perfect spouse for their children. Why do they do that? Because in China, if you are over 30 and single, your parents lose face. And similarly, if you drive a fancy car to a party and people will think, okay, you have face. If you can achieve something through your personal contact, why others cannot, you have face. If your boss praises you in the public, you have face. But if you warmly greet someone in a party and that person totally ignores you, you lose face, a lot of face. So after my speech, if I can't hear the clap, I lose my face too. Okay. Knowing the importance of a face in China, we collaborate with Alipay, the payment platform on Alibaba, to create this funny, interactive experience for Chinese people.
Powered by Alibaba, Alipay is the most popular mobile payment tool in China. It is accepted in over 54 countries and regions worldwide.
Users of Alipay will soon be able to pay their bills through the app in a number of airports around the world.
To create awareness, Alipay decided to launch a face-to-face experience with its users. Alipay presents Face Value. Take a selfie, see the result, and get rewarded. And a database of over 3,000 notes worldwide was launched at the Alibaba Cloud Computing Conference 2018. Over 2 million plays in the first month. Over 20 million RMB given away. Best of all, the money can be used in the destination country instantly. Now, more Chinese people are using Alipay in more countries than ever. Face Value by Alipay.
If you guys have Alipay, you can have fun with it. It's still in Alipay. Well, let's move on. Let's talk about next generation. I'm sure most of you have heard the term Tiger Mom, that the all protective, strict, and parenting style that Chinese parents are famous for. It is not a new phenomenon. There is an old Chinese saying, 望子成龙, means hope your children will grow up to be like glorious dragon. That's why Chinese people are working so hard. They want to turn their children's life better than the previous generation. But this vision faces a big challenge in modern China. It is quite cruel. Just like as what I mentioned earlier, the rapid development of the cities like Beijing, Shanghai, and Guangzhou attracts many workers from all over the country, including someone from the rural area. People leave the rural villages, leaving their children in the hands of their old parents. They go to the city to work hard to make money. They try to create a better future for their children. They cannot bring the kids along because, according to the policy, the children can only get free education in their hometown. And because they travel so far to get a job, they cannot go home to visit their children as often as they should. So how do they get in contact with their children? And how do they let their children feel love? In collaboration with Tencent, we created this smart speaker. In the Western country, the children, the kids, when they go to bed, before they go to bed, the parents always tell them a bedtime story. But in China, there are almost 7 million left behind kids. They cannot have this. So this speaker can tell bedtime stories with the father's or mother's voice. Let me show you the documentary video.
谁能告诉老师，我们昨天都学了什么？
他呢叫佳丽，从小就长在单亲家庭里面。爸爸呢又常年在外打工，他特别想念爸爸。
随着语音合成技术的发展，一些技术团队已经可以做到。
这时候我就想着，要是有这样一个音箱，能够每天晚上以爸爸的声音给佳丽讲故事，那样他就不会那么想他爸爸了。我发现有一家公司能够帮助实现我的这个想法。
首先收集爸爸的少量声音样本，再用深度学习技术训练一个合成音库。有了这个音库，输入任何故事文本都能用爸爸的声音讲出来。
9420，
约来给你讲，有3只可爱的小猪，它们都想建一座漂亮的房子。老大随便用稻草围成了一座房子，哈哈，我有自己的房子呢。老大乐得欢蹦乱跳。
当佳丽每天晚上都听着爸爸的声音，心情也一天一天好起来了。上课的时候也很活跃，积极地回答问题。课后也和同学们一起玩耍。作为老师呢，我觉得学生的开心成长是我最大的心愿。
As I said, China is an old country, and China is also a modern country. China is rich in local culture, and it is also leading in AI technology. Artificial intelligence may have been invented in the West, but its future is taking shape in the East, starting from China. Why do AI develop so fast in China? There are 4 reasons behind: technology, talent, capital, and market. In the past, only the United States have all those, but now China have all those as well. Tech companies led by Alibaba, Tencent, and Baidu are hiring scores of AI experts, building data centers, and investing a lot of money. And also the countless money is pouring into startups. Chinese entrepreneurs and companies see the huge opportunity in using AI in different industries. But most important of all, it is also because it is Chinese government put AI technology in priority. The Chinese government is famous for fulfilling its vision. In about 10 years ago, the government wanted to build a high-speed railway network across China. But now, the network is in operation, and it is most advanced in the world. So thanks to the fast development of AI technology, that we can combine it with local culture to create heartwarming brand story for our clients. And F5, as a creative agency, we believe technology can change the world. And we want to embrace any opportunity to drive innovation so that we can better serve our clients. And that's exactly what motivated us at F5 to work hard, try our best to accelerate the pace of innovation. Okay, thank you.
Well, thank you very much for that session. It's great. So we have some questions coming in for you here. So the first up is, what will be next after AI? What's the next tech revolution, do you think? Is there something else after AI, or is it just continuing to evolve itself?
Well, it is called the fourth industrial revolution. Mm-hmm. It is driven by artificial intelligence, but the whole society is moving to AI. Mm-hmm. So everything. But what's next? I can't imagine. But now in China, everything, all the brand, they need to build connection with technology, artificial intelligence, because this is the shortcut to help them to build a brand and increase the sales. So that's what many of the Chinese brand owners, they put that in mind and trying their best to go beyond.
And what drives you to deliver campaigns that embrace culture? Why is it such a driving force in your work?
Because culture is very, very important. I know there is some Western brand when they go into China. There's one fashion brand. They go into China. They produce the T-shirt, right? They put Chinese characters on. I know there is a character. They put a chicken on the T-shirt for the girls, but that is totally wrong because chicken in Chinese, that's another meaning is prostitute. So that's why knowing the local culture is so important in China, because China, 5,000 years history, that the culture is so unique, so different. So all the Western brand, I think if you want to penetrate in China market, the first thing is, okay, you need to know the local people, what they think.
And you're talking about obviously it's important to understand the culture of the market that you're working within, and you see cultures changing rapidly in Western culture. Do you think from generation to generation, Chinese values are changing in the same way?
Today, the younger generation also, because now the world is so flat, right? So everything happened in West. Chinese, the young generation, they will know immediately. But I mean, in China, because the governments, now they put the culture in priority now. They want to protect some of the valuable tradition. So I think in the long term, we still need to focus on much more on the culture itself to know more about that. Yeah.
And this is a topic that comes up a lot when we talk about data usage and how it can drive creativity and learnings and knowledge. But when ethics come into play, do you think there's one kind of standard set of rules for how to basically guidelines for us when it comes to data usage and to fuel creative ideas?
There is a big argument on this issue that I came from Shanghai. When in Shanghai Pudong Airport, I crossed the custom. There's no custom staff. Everything's all automatically. I just go there. I scan my passport, scan my fingerprint, and there's a facial recognition camera. I scan my face, then I pass the custom. But this will not happen in San Francisco because the government banned the facial recognition because about the citizens' privacy. So, I mean, because deep learning, artificial intelligence, deep learning, the learning, you need a lot of the data, right? You need you need big data. Without data, the AI system will not be able to become smarter and smarter. So it's a dilemma. You choose privacy or you choose efficiency. So I think it is a big argument.
It's kind of trading one for the other. So it's kind of case by case, you think?
Yes.
Yeah, that's great. That's a good answer. And actually, that is our last question, I think, unless you guys have a couple last seconds to submit anything else. But other than that, I think that's great. Thank you so much for that fascinating talk.
Thank you.
So interesting. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. All right, so now, let's see, we have a bit of a break, and then up next is actually our final session of the day. It's going to be an interesting one. It's going to be quite a few speakers all at once, so don't worry. This is going to be worth sticking around for. So stretch your legs, and then here comes our last session. Download the app so you know what's happening, and we'll see you in a little bit.